Hello everyone, and welcome to another League of Legends replay video. So before I start, I'm just going to look through the post-game screen. As you can see, we won, and I was playing Malzahar bot lane with a Zyra as my support against... I was my team's second pick. We had the first pick, and I was my team's second. And I was thinking that I was going to play Twitch, and then they locked first pick Misfortune, second pick Leona, and I was just, nope, let's go Ezreal, he's safer. I don't have to worry too much about getting Leona comboed and then Misfortune ulted. I can just E away when I see the Leona E coming in. And then even if it does hit me before I blink, she's not gonna like go all the way. She's gonna go to my previous location, and then I'm gonna be way far away. So yeah, as you can see, I went 17-9-23. The Zyra and the Riven were taking a lot of kills. Like they got a lot of kills. And the 9 deaths were actually mostly to their Katarina, even when she was like, I think there was a point in time in this game where she was like 4-10, and she was still insta-killing me the instant she jumped in. So yeah, that was fun. Most of the time my team killed her immediately after, but she was still killing me super fast. And that's why I bought a Death's Dance, to have 15% of the damage she deals to me be dealt as a bleed over 3 seconds, and to have the healing. Death's Dance healing will actually fully affect, I think, Ezreal's Q, E, and ultimate, where, and then his W, I think, deals magic damage, but I think everything else deals physical. And then, his Q is affected by normal lifesteal because, well, it counts as a basic attack. His E and ultimate, though, are not. They are counted under ability damage, not basic attacks. So, I bought Death's Dance to make sure that everything was healing me, and to make sure that I could, you know, survive the Katarina when she jumped in to one-shot me. And then we spent the early game getting a few kills, and then we started getting camped in the bot lane, super, like, 4-man camped every time we came back to lane. Graves and Katarina were both there every time, and then I was 3-4 after that. And then they stopped coming bot lane as much. We proceeded to just eat the bot lane more, get fed, and then stomp. So, that is enough of this. Let us get into the actual gameplay itself with the replay. And there's Minecraft. I made this skin myself, but I'm not going to show you guys the full skin because this is in 1.7 and the skin was made for 1.8. Don't judge me, I'm using a mod pack that's only in 1.7. I wish it were updated to 1.8 at least. All of the mods that are in it have updated to 1.8 at least, I think. Not sure about Agricraft or Magical Crops, and those are like the two most important. But I know that everything else has. Fairly certain that everything else has, at least. Plus it being in 1.8 would allow Psi and so many other things. I might wind up doing a full gameplay thing of that, like, just a full playthrough of that Minecraft mod pack. Let me know if you guys want to watch that. It's called Regrowth, and basically it's the entire planet has been basically destroyed, and now you have to regrow it. The only nature around is dead trees and cracked, dried up sand. There's, if you go deep enough underground, you can find stone and dirt, but no ores exist. And yeah, it's really cool. Also, I just watched the chick on the anime channel, or Aki Dearest, open up a box of hentai and attempt to keep it mostly censored so that YouTube wouldn't flag her for if she didn't set it to 18 plus. So that was funny. This load screen is taking forever and I'm trying to come up with something funny to say. These two guys were duo queued, I think. I know Sad Life Thresh was the Lee Sin, and I think Subway Thresh was the Graves, yeah. I know I said that right as it popped up, but I was thinking it was Graves before that even popped up. Give it a minute to load. Now, one thing that I never checked in the last video with the Hecarim was if I could check. I can check items by pressing tab. I wonder if I can toggle it. I can toggle it by pressing O. Perfect. Okay then. So O to toggle items up, plus minus to speed this up. I'm just going to speed it up to 4x. It kind of lags out. Set it to blue team Fog of War. Don't know why it's so quiet. I'm hoping that that's not just me though. And now speed it up to 2x to get into laning phase faster. Frames are kind of low. That's probably to do with me having Minecraft open. Here, let me pause Minecraft, or let me close Minecraft actually, just so that it's not up here. I may as well show you guys the full skin. Nothing too fancy. The shirt area is supposed to be covered by a jacket in Minecraft 1.8, so you guys might see that at some point with the Minecraft 1.8 skin. But yeah, this skin is built for 1.8, not 1.7, so I didn't even cover up anything on the regular arms. It's... And then this is regrowth. Basically, I'm just waiting for these crops to spread and get stronger and get better because they have a higher yield and grow faster when you, do stuff like this. Why is Google Chrome popping up? I never pressed that button. Go away. Shutting down internal server. Once Minecraft is gone, hopefully I will be able to record without terrible frames. Well, to record League without terrible frames, because recording plus League plus having Minecraft open, even just in the background, kinda does tax my RAM a little bit. I think I only have 4 gigs. And Minecraft is eating up a lot of that, I think. Hello, Minecraft. Just close already, please. Thank you. I may have to Control-Alt-Delete it. Is it good? There we go. Okay then, back to the gameplay. So, as you guys saw there, I kinda... Wow, it's lagging a little bit. As you guys saw there, I kinda... Let me see if I can turn the sound up on this, because, man, is it quiet. Is that better? Oh, whatever. I don't like not being able to hear the sound effects. So... I ate a Misfortune Q that bounced off of the back of a dead minion earlier, and I kinda ate it a few more times. And that's really just not something that's good. yeah, I ate another Misfortune Q there, and then I eat away from the Leona E, and then the Misfortune goes way too ham for the Zyra, and she winds up dying. And then we just go back to farming. Now here, I'm just chilling in the bush. I actually don't go back for a little while. I have like, I wind up having over 2,000 gold before I wind up backing. So, it's not good to wait that long to back, especially when you have enough gold for the items that you want. Once I had enough for... Let's see now, can I reorder this? I can. Once I had enough for my tier and my... Oh. I'm talking and doing stuff down there while stuff over here is happening that's more important. So, the Leona goes way too deep for the Zyra. She winds up dying, and then I actually chase here because I flash it because I know that I can kill her. I have she was running Warlords and I was running Fervor of Battle. So I had Fervor fully stacked there, and I had a lot more damage than she did from it, even if she had more sustain. And now I'm just trying to push the wave to get it into turret. You always want to get the wave into turret after you force the enemy out of lane or kill them. And why is because then they... Oh, go away. And why is because then they miss the farm from that wave and potentially from future waves. However, they do come back pretty fast. I just turned up my computer sound so that you guys can hear it a little bit better and so that I can hear it a little bit better. I like hearing it. So, she throws out an E that misses everybody and doesn't proc any plants. So, if she had hit that, I would have definitely gone in on that. However, pretty soon here she is going to hit something and we're going to go in and fight some more. And I wind up being 3-0, I believe, before the first gank bot lane comes. Right now there's some action happening over here where the Katarina goes in and bursts down the... Here, let me just replay that. Jump back 15 seconds. Jump back another 15 seconds. So they're taking the scuttle right there. Graves shows up and attacks Kindred. He flashes after her. However, Riven and Malzahar are on their way. Malzahar goes in, drops his full combo on the Graves, gets killed by Katarina, and then Katarina proceeds to die to the Riven, who then backs off. And then if I jump back to here, and then I'm going to jump back 15 seconds. So here we are fighting, and she is very low. Like, I really want to go for that, but it's way too risky. Zyra goes in, hits her a little bit, and then ignites her, gets stunned under turret by the Leona, so she dies. And Misfortune got the kill. But Misfortune also died. However, I pinged my ultimate there because, like, I had my ultimate nearly ready when she did that. And that's just, like, me telling her, there's really no need for you to do that. I have my ultimate available to me now, and I had mana to cast it. So, if you had waited, if you had, you know, not done that, I could have ulted and you didn't, and you could have not died. And so, now we're coming back to lane after backing, and I finally spent my gold buying a lot of stuff. As you can see, this was my first back. I come back with Sheen, Tear of the Goddess, Boots of Speed, a Control Ward, and a couple of biscuits. So, I come back with a lot of gold spent. I think that at that point I had 2,200 gold sitting in the bank. Now, I see them going over there to fight, and I start coming in too. And I use my E to get in, and then miss my Q. Now, at this point, I don't have my E or my flash to get away. I'm kinda stuck in there. I went in there to try to help my team, but nobody followed, nobody came with and tried to help. And I made the mistake of using my only escape to get in there faster, with the hope that if I did, my team would turn on them and fight, and we could kill them. But that didn't happen. It was my mistake to use my only escape to get in there. My team didn't do what I expected them to do, but you can't trust your team to do what you expect them to do. Now here she's just kind of fighting. I'm telling her, hey, we might be able to fight this. I have my ultimate, so you might be able to fight. And then, we see them doing dragon. I fire my ult, snipe the, Leona with it, start to chase after the, Zyra gets the Graves. I start to chase after the Misfortune, but Ocean Drake's basic attacks slow me, and I wind up having to back it off because I don't have the ability to chase when I'm getting permanently slowed by the Ocean Drake. So I back it off, take down the Infernal Drake, and then the Misfortune gets away. What you doing, Dad?
Putting stuff away so this thing's ready to roll.
Okay, right, because you're going to fill the propane up so that I don't have to use as much electricity to heat this thing.
Uh-huh.
So, back to just boring lane phase stuff. Speed up the replay a bit. Oop. That's not boring replay stuff, that's a Katarina. Let me just jump back a little bit there, see what happened. So, I see Katarina coming in on that control ward over there, and I start walking away, up over this way. She runs in. She comes down over here, chases me up over here, gets her E off to jump in on me, starts her combo, spins. She flashes onto me, spins, I flash away to try to get to the nearest spot where I can to get away from the Katarina ultimate, and then the Misfortune actually had a blast cone plant over here that she used to jump over the wall right here and finish me off, which was really good use of the plants. I'm not sure if there was anything else that I could have done there. I used my E and my flash and my heal to try to survive that. If I had gone this way, I probably wouldn't have gotten out of her ultimate in time, and she would have either killed me or had her E back up from the dagger that was about to drop on her right there to blink back onto me. And really, I just had no way to escape all those blinks. And then the Misfortune opens up with the ultimate, and they are able to finish off the Zyra as well. And then they clear the control ward. And then they go back to lane, do boring lane phase stuff. And we're dead. So I'm just gonna fast forward. Yeah, I fire my ultimate here to thin the wave so that they don't, so that they can't get off as much damage onto the turret. And then I need another Q from her, which was my mistake. The turret wouldn't have cleared that wave very quickly, and they would have gotten a fair amount of damage onto the turret before it was able to clear them. Katarina just finished her Ludens. I've got a pickaxe now, which isn't too much, but you know, it's something. They cleared the control ward up there at some point, I'm not sure when. And then we're just doing lane phase stuff, firing off poke. I'm farming from range. There I just walked away from it because I knew that I didn't need to use the cooldown, I knew the range. Well, I would like to say that I knew the range, but it tickled my butt a little bit. So here I miss a few farm, and because I don't have ultimate, I don't think that I'm gonna... Yeah, she's gonna heal and flash away, and just barely live to the ignite. Katarina is going to jump in, do her combo onto me. He is going to flash in order to get closer, and if he hadn't have done that, I would have died. Ult the Katarina, and then we get the kill on her. I ult. I don't know why I was ulting there. I think to try to snipe the Leona, but I don't remember exactly. At this point, I have no lifesteal other than my Doran's Blade, and even with the Doran's Blade, I'm not using the lifesteal because you don't get lifesteal from turrets. However, I am getting fairly decent healing from my 2 potions, and as you can see, I'm almost back to full health. I'm firing Qs at the Misfortune and stuff, poking her. However, I did let her shoot me in the face with a Q bounce, which hurts a lot. And now we're just backing. Here, I'm going to decide to stay, and the Zyra is going to just barely cancel her back in time. We go in, we start to do some damage. She opens up with ultimate. Zyra missed her Misfortune ults, and I just walk away from that. I take a Leona ult, and then she flashes in on me, fires off her E, and then finishes me off. But I'm actually really sad about that play because while we did trade 2 for 1 at least, so me dying wasn't for nothing, Zyra still dove like right next, she was right next to the turret when she died. So that was really deep. Now we get turret first blood and top turret. I send my ultimate over here to try to snipe somebody and miss everything completely. They were fighting over there. And now I'm starting to walk towards bottom lane again. And then an Infernal Drake, I believe that is. No, it's Earth is coming up fairly soon. Back to laning phase stuff. I again let her E crit, or let her Q crit me. Even though she's feeding, those Q crits hurt. Like seriously, 2 of them and I'm at half health. And just, ow, I shouldn't be letting her hit me with that. I have my Manamune, and I have a Ruby Crystal that's going to start working on the let me just pause this and explain that real quick. I have a Ruby Crystal that's going to go into my Trinity Force. Now, just a minute ago you saw me fire a Q into here, like going through this entire bush. And that is something that's important to remember, is that skill shots do make noise when they hit the target, even if the target isn't visible. So you can use any skill shot in the game to scout brush to see if you can see if there's someone in there that you can't see. Right now I'm sitting on 3, 3, and 5. This is about the point. I think we're going to get ganked in bottom lane one more time, and then we're going to get left alone. Now, I believe we just saw Graves up there on the minimap. This is set to my team's Fog of War, so if we couldn't see him, we shouldn't have been able to, or if we could have seen him, we shouldn't have gotten ganked because we should have been paying attention to the map. However, this does turn around when we have Riven teleport in, and Kindred show up. I think I just saw somebody over there, but like out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, I did. Lee Sin comes in. They go super hard for the Misfortune. I fire my ultimate in over there, but I don't realize, and at that point I'm just like, did I really just do that? I was paying attention to up there and didn't have a clue that I was tanking turret, so I tanked several turret shots while channeling my ultimate, and I was like, am I really that bad? Am I really this stupid? I tanked the turret for a little bit while channeling my ultimate, unintentionally. And then he comes in and just finishes off the turret. I tanked a few turrets and died to a turret. He jumps the wrong way using that plant and winds up very dead. 4-man. There were 4 people there, but only 2 got kill participation. And now they're going to be going for Dragon. We think, and, well, I think, that they're going to be going for Dragon. And I'm fairly certain that they get it. Yeah, right here you can see them kind of attacking it a little bit on that ward. She's just kinda getting juked while jumping around, and now we are moving in to do something with this dragon. However, we don't do anything with this dragon. And I believe that one of us, either her or me, winds up getting caught out. She flashes away from me, forcing me to use my ultimate to try to snipe her, and I miss. And then I see a teleport coming in over there. Those go away pings are me pinging and Melzahar pinging. We just saw a teleport coming in over here, and we're like, yeah, we noticed that TP, we're not going any further. And so now we're just pushing bot lane. They come in over here to fight. We just wreck them with damage. I get a double, and then this Katarina flashes in on me, tries to do Katarina things, and then winds up just dying. Because at that point I believe my fervor was still fully stacked, and I had just a lot of damage. I start moving in there to try to kill the Leona, but she flashes away, and then I eat her ultimate and heal to, I really did not realize that it did, like, no damage. And then this guy! This kid flashes in on me, gets Malzahar ulted, and dies to my Q. And then she gets murdered, and then the Katarina is gonna die too, I think. Yeah, the Katarina is gonna kill the Malzahar but then die. So this is actually where I spiked up in kills a lot. I think I had only like 3 or 4 kills before that whole fiasco happened. Now I've got 9. So this was where I jumped up in kills significantly. And now I'm just pushing the wave. We have an Ocean Drake. We have, I don't even have lifesteal yet. But now I'm back, and I think that I was backing with 4,000 gold over here. At this point, like 4,500 or something like that at least. So I pick up an instant Trinity Force from Sheen and Phage. So that's around 1,300, or no, that's around 2,300 gold, and then another Bilgewater Cutlass. So that's a lot more gold, and then a dagger on that. So I just spent like 18 plus 23. I just spent around 4,100 gold, I think. And that is if I didn't pick up boots with that back as well. Which I don't think I got my tier 2s with that back. But the tier 2s I got were 600. So if I did get the tier 2s with that back, that's an added 600. So now, things happen over here. I miss my Q on him. I E away, flash away, he dashes onto me. I fire my ultimate straight into his face and kill him, but then she just channels her ultimate for like a quarter of a second and kills me with it. She winds up dead, they wind up dead, everybody dies, and then the Katarina jumps in and dies, and then the Lee Sin jumps in, kills the Kindred, and then dashes back out alive. And the Kindred there is spamming R pings because she's like, for real? Are you for real? My ult literally had 2 seconds left of cooldown. The Lee Sin jumped in on her and finished her, and then like, that was like 2 seconds later, she's pinging ready, and I was watching it as the Lee Sin jumped in and finished her, and it was not up yet. So that is just sad times. Good times were not had by all that day. And then the Lee Sin dies for overstaying and trying to defend that turret when he should have just given it up. He needs to realize that Riven has the Guardian Angel. Riven does not care if you try to stay and defend a turret. She can and will dive you. She has Black Cleaver and GA. And now they're fighting over there. I'm going bot lane. The way I see it, I can't get to that in time, and I don't think that I could do anything even if I could get there in time. However, I will throw in my ultimate to help out a little bit. So, while they're fighting over there, I don't think I'm going to be able to get there in time to do anything. So, I'm going to push bottom lane. I see Lee Sin show up. I see them starting to move the fight more towards me, and I see my team there to help out. So I start moving in over there. And then I see this Misfortune, and I jump in on her, do everything, and then get Lee Sin and Misfortune ulted right in the face and get murdered. Lee Sin just kicks my face in. One thing that I really want to do once I get out of Navy boot camp, I really want to buy a lot of skins because I will have money. I will have... Okay, so as some of you guys may know, I am using a laptop. Now, important stuff is happening here, so I'm just going to pause it while I talk about this. So I'm using a laptop to record, and on the left side of the laptop over there like, on each side of the laptop, there are these screws underneath this kind of like a protector thing. And the screws are what hold the screen here to the keyboard here. I should not be doing that, because that is very, very risky. So, on the left-hand side over there, the holes that hold the screws that hold the screen and the keyboard together are completely stripped out. So, in case this laptop only having 100 gigs of space and that not being enough for me wasn't enough of incentive for me to first paycheck buy a new laptop, and in case my phone only having 5 gigs of space and that being nowhere near to enough for me, not being enough for me to of incentive for me to ASAP after I get out of boot camp buy myself a new phone, I've got the break on here and the giant crack on here. I'm not sure how well this is showing up on the screen, but that is a giant crack, and there's even like holes in the casing of my phone. It's probably not even safe to use anymore, but I don't care. Anyways, let's get back to the fun stuff. Over here, the Katarina jumps in, combos them, gets a kill on the Malzahar, dies to the Riven. Riven then flashes onto and finishes off the Misfortune, and then she chases after the Leona when she should have just left. We don't have any vision on any of them, and she winds up dying to Graves ult. Now over here, we think that they're probably lining up for Dragon. The Leona dashes in on me, the Leona dashes in on the Zyra, takes a lot of damage. I'm pinging Dragon because I know that we can take it. Lee Sin comes in, gets hit by the binding, and then he just dies. I'm over here pinging the Dragon. Let's do this. Let's go. We can handle this. We can burst it. And then Katarina, though, jumps in. Now, she is at this point 6 and 13. Let me just play that back and show you guys her killing that Kindred in slow motion. So, from full health, she jumps in and then 100 to zeros her. Now this is at half speed. That all took place in the span of about 1 second. And she is 5 and 12. She has literally double her kills in deaths at this point, and that is going to be a trend for her. Bursting us down extremely fast, despite having literally double her kills in deaths. And for most of the game, under 10 kills. We don't have a dedicated tank on the team, and Riven is building a little bit on the more defensive side because she has the Black Cleaver and the GA, and right now she is going for a what's that item? Death Stance. Now though, while that is all true, she is still not a dedicated tank. She has a lot of damage. She comes out with the most kills in the game. So we are relying on so all of our carries are relying on themselves to peel for themselves. I flashed away there and got crit by her. So that is sad times. So all of our carries are relying on themselves to peel for themselves and to, you know, tank for themselves. That's why I went Death Stance this game, and why I also got Bork. I got Bork for lifesteal and to help me shred through the Leona and to an extent, the Lee Sin, because they were really tanky, had a lot of HP. And then I got Death Stance to keep myself alive longer in fights. Right now, I'm relying on my E, my summoner spells, Zyra CC, and Malzahar CC to keep me alive. And other than that, we are solely relying on bursting them down before they can burst us down, and they have a dedicated tank, Leona. We have no dedicated tank, but we have a mildly defensively building Riven. So with us relying on ourselves for our own defense, we really don't have all that much that we can do in order to keep ourselves alive without using all of our summoners. Here, Zyra chases super unnecessarily for the Leona and winds up dying for it. She should have just walked away. Can I rearrange this up here? No, I can't. Okay then, so let's just jump back to me. Pull this up a little bit faster. So now, I've got my Bork and a Vamp Scepter. I fire my ultimate in here because they are fighting and I'm not in range of the fight. So, just in case anybody dies before I can get there, I want to make sure that I secure assists. Here, the... I'm kind of like jumping this around a little bit too much. Okay then, so let me just jump back a little bit. That was lagging and I was jumping it around way too much. So I'm going to jump it back 30 seconds and then just center it on myself and go in slow motion. So, slow, well, okay, now it's on 0.25. So here, we are killing them pretty hard. The, Kindred here jumps out of her ultimate, dies for it. I eat a lot of damage from the Graves, and while I am able to kill him, the Misfortune shows up right after and kills me. I should have tried to kite or to dodge the Graves Q or something, and I wouldn't have taken as much damage. I took both portions of the Graves Q, so that was a lot of damage. I should have tried to avoid that. I wouldn't have taken as much damage. I wouldn't have, you know, gotten... I might not have wound up dying to the Misfortune there if I had avoided the second half of the Graves ult. So now here, we're just looking to make a final push. Like, we know that we might be able to end. We can see Katarina over here on a ward, and she is running away. They're running away and grouping up. Kindred is on her way in, and I am on my way in, but neither of us have the movement speed to get there in time if the enemy team is to engage right now. If they had engaged right now, if they had engaged just a minute ago, when they had the opportunity, they could have won a 3v5 team fight and possibly come back. Lee Sin jumps in, kicks me, and then has to run. Riven dives in really deep, winds up dying for it. I'm backing off here because I am on like 10 HP, but I am also sitting nearby with Q and ultimate at the ready. I'm sitting on the other side of a wall with plan to use Q and ultimate to poke from the other side of the wall and hope that they don't jump on me. That was a risky play, but I did it only when I knew it was safe. Well, relatively safe. So now I'm taking this turret, using my Qs to get me some lifesteal, using my and to stack up my attack speed passive. I blink in over there, kill her, she blinks in on me, I blink away, she blinks in, dodging my Q, which would have killed her, and then gets finished off by the Zyra plant. But that was really well played by her, and really obnoxious for me. I did everything I could have. And remember, she is 717. She still has over double her kills in deaths. But she still bursted me really fast. I did everything I could have there. The only thing that I could have done instead was, after blinking out of her ultimate, turned and tried to auto attack rather than trying to kite and Q her. And if I had turned and auto attacked her, I might have been able to finish her because of attack speed. But at this point, I have my death stance. She's not going to be able to burst me anywhere near to as fast now. I'm going to be healing for so much. I'm going to be dealing so much damage. And I'm going to be basically ignoring 15% of any damage that's dealt to me, because I'll heal it before the bleed goes off. So Death Stance, I feel, could be a really good item on Ezreal. Here, let me just click on myself. I'm going to pause and then see damage types. Oh, magic damage and magic damage. Okay, so Q is your only source of physical damage in Ezreal's kit, even if everything does scale off AD. Magic damage, magic damage, magic damage, and magic damage. Everything except for W may have an AD scaling. Did I just see what I... Ezreal Ultimate rank 3 has a 650 base damage? That's a lot. Anyways, they do stuff. We kill things. Yeah. I flash, blink, and then, active her, Bork active her, and just kill her. And now we're pushing in on the turret. I kind of, feel like it might not have been, we try to dive him. I dodge his ultimate with my E, but I don't wind up finishing him off because my... Okay, then. Also, I was wrong about Death Stance being a good item on Ezreal, apparently, because Q is your only ability that even deals physical damage, and it applies lifesteal. So, it's good for reducing the burst damage that you take, but other than that, it's kinda useless. Oh gosh, it's lagging a lot. FPS, please. What is this FPS? I sniped the Katarina over there. Seriously though, what is this FPS? We get some kills, we do some things. I think I actually lagged out right there as the Nexus was exploding. I blinked in and then ran up there. And I think I was actually lagged out when that happened. And then when I stopped being lagged out, I was all the way up in their fountain. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Why am I here? Anyways. Ugh. There is no problem with the... Oh. I lost internet while I was recording that. If you'll see down here, I lost internet for some reason while I was recording that. But because replay, it didn't matter. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I really hope that I can get back into regrowth, because I may need to hotspot my phone for that. But thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and I will see you all in the next... Did it just give me this back without me having internet? Video. Bye! How long did that game actually last before I go? It does not say. Okay then, so I'm just gonna hit shutdown here. And then bye!